Welcome to WrestleMania live from the Vatican, where two leaders are going into the squared circle, but neither one will really come out a winner unless the belt is for World Intercontinental Baby. Donald Trump versus Pope Leo XIV, live from the Vatican Dome, sponsored by Global Chaos, Inflated Egos, and Mountain Dew. So, what's the storyline behind this little dream matchup that we have? Well, Leo, the pontiff of punishment, made a statement about the Iran conflict, talking about peace, de escalation, the moral cost of war. You know, regular Catholic do as I say, not as I do bullshit. But Donald, the president of pain, Trump, heard that and said, "Oh no, brother," and cut a promo like he was backstage at Monday Night Raw. He went after the Pope publicly, saying the Vatican doesn't understand the threat, that the Pope is wrong about the situation, and that his comments are naive. Now, of course, with the typical oracle of outrage visceral bite, and the media is tripping all over themselves to get to do a ringside report. They're about as loud as Michael Cole screaming into the headset, "Oh my God, the Pope just got called out by the president. Business is about to pick up." Hell, I'm doing a video on it, so I'm guilty as fuck as well. But you know, the media is having a field day with this. The local talking heads breaking in with Pontiff and President Smackdown, news at 11. Most of them will be clutching pretend rosaries at Trump lashing out, but the entire time getting massive hard-ons over how many ratings this little spat will bring. CNN and MSNBC will be chomping at the bit to give Trump that evil eye, while Fox will trip over themselves to hype this pay-per-view victory. Ugh. The media reaction to everything has become so rote and trite at this point that it's duller than a Dave Matthews fan. But really, why are either of them trading barbs like this? Where's Vince McMahon to keep these two in check? Okay, maybe Vince McMahon may not be the best example, that little head shitter, but still, where are the fucking adults? For one, nobody really gives a fuck about what the Pope says. Really, he's kind of pointless. I'm sorry, Catholics, that's just facts. From my perspective, Christianity doesn't require an intermediary between people and God. That's the whole point. In fact, no other religion has one, so what makes Catholics so special? You know what the Pope is? The Pope is more like a spiritual damage control officer that has to go to God to smooth over all the naughty little things those priests do. In God's name. The Pope loves to interfere with things that don't concern him, like supporting illegal immigration, globalism, and more. So it adds up he'd throw his pointy little hat into this ring. Ugh, the Pope is the worst. And yeah, there's been two bad popes in a row. Catholics, you're kind of striking out at your spiritual at-bat. Now, hold up, MAGA. I may love MAGA, but let's be honest. Trump needs to kind of back the fuck up with some of this. That whole Easter genocide message, the Jesus painting, now picking a fight with a holy pontiff. Look, I can say the Pope is dog shit because, well, I'm just some nobody with some tiny YouTube channel. However, when a president lashes out, it's kind of a bad look. But hey, it's 2026 and world politics is a bad WWE storyline. Actually, it's worse. It's like that NXT shit that nobody really cares about. Bad actors, bad scripts, and not ready for primetime adult storylines. Foreign policy is a wrestling storyline with baby faces and heels. Global conflict is a pay-per-view event. And now the Pope is a character in this political wrestling match. Welcome to the Vatican Smackdown, where even the holiest man on earth, supposedly, can get dragged into a promo war he never even signed up for. And with that, I'm out.